Hey guys. Bad news. We recorded like an hour. Half of this.
We recorded the whole movie portion of this, and we're about to start the snack part. And my dog started making noises. I was like, "Oh, I gotta go check on him." We paused it, and that's when we realized that we're using the wrong microphone.
Yeah. So the first part's not gonna sound great. It's still listenable, but it ain't that quality we guarantee every time.
Yeah.
So sorry, that's on me. Have fun. And start. Welcome back to We're Having Fun. I'm Mark. Hi.
Hi, I'm Krista.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, hey, hello.
Hey, hello, hi. Hey, what's happening today in the world? People killing, people dying.
Stop. Where is the love? Oh, man.
Any news?
I do have some news that I heard about earlier this week.
Okay.
Since we have covered at least the first 2 Hunger Games movies, we haven't covered we haven't covered Mockingjay, we haven't covered Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but there's going to be a new Hunger Games book and movie, I think, both.
Is it another prequel or is it a prequel?
Sequel. Okay. It is going to be the 50th Hunger Games, which was the games that Haymitch was in. So...
I think they'll de-age Woody Harrelson or cast somebody else?
Please, cast someone else.
Please de-age him.
No!
Please. Give me that bad CGI. Let's do it.
I don't think they will, because if they did that, they probably would have de-aged Donald Sutherland.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine?
That would have been great.
Oh, no.
Who do you think should play Haymitch?
I don't know.
Just put PETA in there as Haymitch.
just have him in there again.
It'd be confusing.
No, I don't know. I can't think
Put
of
another Hemsworth brother in there as him.
Oh. The one that nobody knows.
Yeah.
Or is the least popular one, I guess.
Hemsworth, I think?
Yeah, I think that's him. No, I figure it'll have to be somebody young, because he's supposed to be like 16.
Timothy Chalamet.
Gosh,
here we go.
Come on, don't put him in that, please.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be somebody I've never seen before.
Maybe. We'll see.
Because I can't think of anybody.
Young Sheldon. Get him in there.
Sure. Why not? No. Oh, goodness. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I've never watched Young Sheldon.
Me
so.
neither.
Maybe he's really good. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't think he'd make a good Haymitch.
Well, anything else?
No, that's it. That's all the news I got.
That's pretty good. That's good news.
Hey, I finally brought something to the table.
That's something. I got nothing. I haven't had anything in a while.
Yeah, it's been pretty slow in the news, I guess.
Or it all happens like at the beginning of the week, and then by the time we record it, I just forgot.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, they announced this and this and this, and it's don't remember.
It's been a week. What do I care?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's continue our camp series.
All right.
With Camp Nowhere. Mm-hmm. After seeing it, have you seen this movie before? Do you feel like you have?
I don't know if I've seen all of it, but I definitely remembered parts of it. I feel like maybe I just I don't know, saw bits and pieces on TV or something. I don't know. I don't know if I saw the whole thing.
I remember that I saw this movie. I've only seen it once, I believe. Mm-hmm. And it was, we would visit some family friends in town, in the big city. Mm-hmm. So their sons were a little older than I was, but we'd hang out with them. And the oldest one, he took me to Blockbuster, and we rented this, and we watched it. And that's all I remember. I didn't remember most of this movie. Yeah. I remember parts of it, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean,
so I wasn't sure how it was going to be when we came into it.
Yeah, I may have watched it. I do remember, when I would go to the video store, I would remember seeing it there. Yeah. All the time. But I probably, maybe I rented it. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. This was not if I did, this was not one that stayed in my memory. Yeah. You
didn't fall in love with the whole cast.
No. This isn't there was no moose in this.
Yeah. There was Morris. Mud.
Yeah, no. It's not the same.
This is probably Christopher Lloyd at his hottest.
At his hottest?
I mean, he's being very suave and debonair.
He is
being very charming and cool.
He is being pretty charming in it, yeah. So, I will say that.
I think young Krista would have fallen in love.
I don't know about that.
Oh, come on.
I don't know about that. I mean, I was more into it when he was in Dennis the Menace.
I hope not.
That is a joke. That is such a joke. No, he's disgusting. No, if I saw him in this, I probably would have been like, oh, yeah, he's fine. But that, no.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
It's awful.
It's got quite a few notable names.
Sure.
Christopher Lloyd, of course. Mm-hmm. Jonathan Jackson, who I still don't know.
Yeah, you don't know who it was, but I do because I watched General Hospital.
Yeah.
And he was Lucky Spencer.
Yeah.
For a while. He wasn't, like, when he got older, they replaced him with another actor, but he was on there for a long time.
Yeah. And then you got a young Jessica Alba in her first movie, which was a surprise. I don't know if she had any lines at all.
I don't know either, but occasionally you'd be like, hey, there's Jessica Alba.
Yeah. Oh, she's in the background. Mm-hmm. She's in that picture. And then, we have two people that are interesting. First, you have Keegan. What's his name? Michael Keegan? What's his name? Billy Keegan?
Hold on. Andrew Keegan.
Andrew Keegan, who, don't want to say he started a cult, but it was very cult-like, and he gets a lot of talk about how it was a cult. He says it wasn't.
I don't know anything.
You don't know about that? He quit acting for a while and started a group where it was just getting together for vibes and art, and they would make kombucha. They got raided by the DEA, I think, for their kombucha, and that's interesting. Anyway, though, but he's not doing it anymore. Okay. It stopped in 2017. So
okay, well, I never.
Maybe he's fine.
I never looked him up.
And maybe it wasn't a cult. Maybe it was just a group of people hanging out.
Yeah, I never looked him up because I never really liked him that much.
Yeah,
so.
He's the bad boy, though.
Yeah,
you love bad boys.
I do like bad boys, but I don't know. There's something about him that just annoyed me.
Yeah.
He's got a punchable face.
Yeah, he never plays like a likable character.
He wasn't bad in this.
He wasn't.
He was actually a likable character.
Yeah.
But a lot of times he plays...
But he always plays like bullies.
Yeah, he plays a jerk and a lot of stuff. Because the thing that I know him for most is probably 10 Things I Hate About You. Mm-hmm. And of course he's a jerk. And I don't like his character. Mm-hmm. Which maybe that makes me not like him as much. That does happen.
Yeah.
You'll watch somebody in something, and if it's like the first thing you've ever seen him in, you see him in something else, and it's like, no. Because there's somebody that I immediately think of, and you're not going to know who this is.
No.
But this person was in Degrassi.
Okay.
And he did something very, very bad.
It was Drake.
No, it was not Drake, but he was in Degrassi. No, he did something very bad in Degrassi. It's something that I'm not going to talk about because...
It was bad.
So anyway, he did something very bad in this show. And then I see him as a lead in like Hallmark or a Lifetime movie or something. I was like, no. I was like, no, he is not. He cannot be a lead. He cannot be a lead.
I know what you did.
I know what you did, sir. I know what you did. And so anytime I see him, and I've seen him in a couple of them, and he was like a gay friend in one of them too. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no.
No.
You don't get to have a love story after what you did. So, sometimes...
You typecast.
I have typecast this poor guy. He's probably a really nice guy. But every time I see his face, I'm like, you need to be in jail, sir.
I will get you in jail. But yeah, so, maybe not a cult for Keegan. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
We'll give him benefit of the doubt. We'll hope for the best.
Okay.
But.
Speaking of cults.
Yeah, Allison Mack is in this, who was in Smallville.
Yes.
And she was definitely in a cult. Definitely recruited a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Was a very high up person. Mm-hmm. And did some really bad stuff. Yeah. So.
But guess what? I don't think she has any lines in it.
Yeah,
maybe a couple, but.
Is she the one that wants to make the necklace?
Yes, she is.
So she got a little bit.
A couple of lines.
Yeah. But it's not a big character.
Yeah, most of the time she's just like hanging out with one of the other characters. Right. One of the other main characters.
She's like the main girl's lackey kind of.
Yeah. I guess so.
So, Yeah. So we just want to preface this movie by saying, we know.
We know. We do not condone the actions of the people in this
movie. Definitely
don't. The characters.
Yeah. And it's weird. But we're going to make it through this. And don't even get me started on Christopher Lloyd. What he tried to do to Einstein the dog, sending him as an experiment back in time, I will never forgive him.
Cannot believe it.
Yeah, do not test on Einstein. He is a beautiful boy.
Oh, and speaking of Back to the Future, this has two people from Back to the Future, because we have Doc Brown, of course, and then we have Biff Tannen.
Tom Wilson is in as a police officer.
So I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah. And Christopher Lloyd wanted him in it.
That's nice.
Yeah. Somebody else dropped out. I can't remember who it was.
And he was like, hey, I got this guy over here.
Christopher Lloyd really didn't want to do this movie. He thought the script was bad. And he was like, pay me some more money and maybe. So
I mean, he's not wrong.
I didn't think this movie was that bad. I was worried going in that it was going to be really bad. But as a kid's movie, it had some stuff that I wished it was not in it.
Yes. But it did have some okay moments.
Yeah.
A lot of it, though, was very boring to me. I'm so sorry.
There's a lot of boring.
There's a lot of, like, just kids
being
playing,
kids.
and I'm just like, I'm an adult. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care to be watching these random kids playing.
Y'all should be getting a job and paying your way here.
No, it was just...
Yeah.
Like, toward the end, it gets better. But while they're just there doing their own thing, I'm like, can we skip to the end? Can we skip to a part where it's actually interesting?
Yeah.
But the stuff that Christopher Lloyd was in was actually the better parts of the movie.
It was. So. It really was. All right. Well, let's get into this movie then.
Okay.
What happened?
So, we have Morris, who is...
Mud.
Yes, his nickname is Mud. Everybody calls him Mud, except his dad, of course.
Of course.
His dad wants him to be a dork, basically.
Basically. I want you to be like your father.
Yeah.
A huge dork.
And I will say that one of my first notes about Mud is, please cut this child's hair.
Oh my gosh, his hair is so bad.
Awful.
It's like Sean from Boy Meets World with just the most mullety back in the world. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's so mullety.
And I know that was like the style for young boys back then, but why wasn't it?
It was too far. It's coming back.
Do you know how many people I see with mullets today?
Yes.
Just walking around?
It's so bad.
Like, go, you cut your hair.
Yeah.
Cut it. Stop it.
Stop
that. That needs to stay in the 80s and 90s where it belongs. Get out.
We worked hard to get rid of the mullet. Don't try to bring it back. Yeah.
And I've seen some people who are like, oh yeah, I have a mullet. And I'm like, that's not really a mullet.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't look bad the way your hair's doing, but these other people, I'm like, no. Stop it.
And they're going like straight in for the mullet. Like, I specifically asked for a mullet.
Yes. Yeah. Like, I went to my barber and I said, mullet me up.
Yeah.
Daddy. What? Anyway, he needs a haircut. It's disgusting.
He does. He deserves to get picked on.
He deserves to be bullied for this haircut. And I am going to be the one to bully him right now in this podcast. I'm so sorry, Jonathan Jackson. Look, I know I liked you as Lucky Spencer in General Hospital, but I do not like your hair in this movie. Anyway, so his dad is trying to get him to go to a camp, a summer camp.
Computer camp.
That is called Microchippewa.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I
makes me laugh.
Kudos.
I hate it, but it makes me laugh a lot.
It's terrible, but it's kind of funny.
Microchippewa. Why? Some of the camp names were pretty good. In this. Like at one point they call the fake fat camp Sleek Away, I think, instead of like Sleep Away. Man. Oh. Some of them were good.
Fat camp, we got a lot to talk about.
Oh, we do. We absolutely do. So anyway, he goes to school.
Yeah.
He meets up with his buddy, whose name I cannot remember at the moment.
I hate that kid.
What is his
like
name?
Howard or
Walter. His name is Walter.
Yeah. Some old man.
Walter, yeah. Walter is
the worst.
I do not like Walter for the whole movie.
Yeah, there was not a part where I was like, Walter's cool.
I really like this Walter kid. No, never happened.
The whole thing. Just hating Walter.
Walter was the worst. So Walter is there. I guess they're talking about like their plans or whatever. It's like, my dad's trying to send me to computer camp or whatever.
Yep.
And then here comes Andrew Keegan.
And his 2 other bullies.
In his leather jacket.
Yep.
As a 12-year-old or whatever.
That was the cool style. Very Fonz.
It was. Anyway, so...
Fonz has been cool for years now.
So anyway, these 3 kids come up and they immediately start bullying Mud.
Mm-hmm.
And...
They're like, your hair's ugly. We need to get you a hairstyle. And they were correct.
They were. So they were bullying him.
Mm-hmm.
And Andrew Keegan's character is named Zachary.
Yeah.
So Zachary takes him into the
I
bathroom.
like that you used his full name. So I just called him Zach. Zachary.
Look. Why shouldn't I call him by his full name? He deserves it. So,
Morris and Zachary.
Zach Morris.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Whoa.
What is happening? Oh man. Okay, fine. Zach.
Thank you.
I guess his dad calls him Zachary.
Yeah. And nobody wants to be like his dad.
Yeah. No, they don't.
Really?
His dad's the worst.
His dad sucks.
So Zach takes him into the bathroom. He's like, I want to give him a swirly. So he takes him in there and pretends that he's bullying him, basically.
Yeah.
And because he's not actually a bully. He's just pretending. They're actually friends.
Yeah. Mud does his homework for him.
Yeah, Mud is doing his homework for him, but he doesn't seem to mind.
Yeah.
But, so, yeah. He's just pretending. So he's not actually a bad guy.
Yeah. And Zach will take care of other bullies that pick on him.
Yeah. And then he's like, but we gotta make it look like I gave you a swirly. So they fix his hair.
Yeah. They wet his hair.
Yeah. I was like...
Twist it up.
It's like, honestly, keep it like that. And we're good. But
I've never known anybody that got a swirly.
Me either.
I've only ever seen it in TV and stuff. Yeah. So I don't know that it'd actually swirl your hair.
Yeah, no idea.
I don't know.
I wouldn't think so, but I don't know.
Surely not. It's gotta be so hard to do in the first place.
Yeah. And with one person doing it, that seems...
If the other person's fighting.
Yeah. It seems kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would be a good bully. This seems hard.
Surprisingly, you're pretty good on the podcast.
I am great on the podcast at bullying
You're a good
children.
verbal bully.
I bullied the children in when we were watching The Greatest Showman. I didn't realize it until I was listening back to it. I was like, why am I bullying the child?
I'm the bully.
Oh, man. Anyway. So, they're on the way home, or Mud is on the way home. He's talking to Trish and Gabby, and they're talking about what their plans are for the summer. Trish is being sent away to Camp Broadway.
She seems like she is probably 14-ish, and Mud seems like he's 12, maybe. Yeah. I don't know why they're all hanging out.
I mean, I'm assuming they're supposed to be all the same age. He just hasn't hit his growth spurt yet, you know?
I feel that.
He's very small.
Been there. Still there. It's gonna hit. One day I'm gonna sprout up like a weed. That's what everybody told me I was gonna do, and I'm going to. My dentist said I have big teeth, and I'm going to grow up big.
I'm going to grow into them.
I'm going to grow into my teeth. Right now I look like a horse, but I'm going to grow into them.
Stop. Okay, so Gabby is being sent to Camp Slenderella.
Uh-huh. A fat camp. She is not fat at all.
No.
My gosh.
No, she's not.
The 90s were ridiculous.
The thing is, though, if you look at the beginning of this movie, it looks like they do have some padding on her front.
Yeah, probably. They put her in, like, big clothing.
Yeah, they do that, too.
Yeah, and then at the end, she's in tighter clothing.
Yeah.
That sounds creepy.
It does sound creepy, but it's the truth.
She's in better fitting clothing, I should say.
It's true. Yeah. So she's being sent to fat camp, even though she's not fat.
That has to be it. It's so... And all the kids, like, they got that are, like, fat camp kids, they're really not that fat. Just give them a break.
Yeah.
It's crazy. There was a very big push on diets in the 90s and stuff. It was nuts.
Yeah. And then, of course, Zachary. Excuse me, Zach.
Thank you.
He's being sent to military camp.
Yeah, because he's a hoodlum.
So none of them want to go, though.
Yeah.
They're all like, man, I really wish we could just not have to do this. That would be great. So then Mud's dad takes him to the mall. I can't remember why they're going. But Mud's dad is wearing a sweet sweater.
This
thing is awesome.
It is so hideous.
It is so bad.
It's like all the strings are falling off of it, and it looks like a Crayola box. And it's bad.
It's very bad.
What a nerd.
Yeah, he's a big old nerd. But he takes them to the mall. They're walking around, and they pass by Shea Cheese.
Which, never seen a cheese stand at a mall in my life.
No.
So,
who has a cheese stand at a mall?
Who's just selling cheese?
And the thing is, they've got, like, actual, like...
real cheese.
Gouda. What is...
Parmesan. What? Wheels?
Yes. I was trying to think of the word wheel.
You were trying to think of types of cheese.
You're just naming types of cheeses, and I'm doing this.
You always do that. You're always like...
I wish you guys could see this. I'm holding my hands out like I'm holding a wheel of cheese, and he's like... Parmesan.
That was not... You're not holding it out like a wheel. Even if you are. Still, it can be a wheel of Parmesan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I didn't think you forgot a word such as wheel.
Sometimes the words just don't come to me. But the cheese that he's showcasing is Easy Cheese.
Easy Cheese.
Why?
They
have all the
best quality cheese.
Actual, like, aged cheddar and everything. And he's like, look at this.
They're pushing Easy Cheese so hard. I wonder if the movie was sponsored by Easy Cheese.
I don't know.
What was your relationship with Easy Cheese? You had it?
Yeah, I had it.
What do you think?
I used to eat it when I was a kid. I haven't had it in a long time.
Me neither. I think they still sell it, right?
I would imagine so.
Should have got Easy Cheese for this one.
We should have.
We didn't think it
through. Nope.
Oh well. Sorry.
Sorry, we got something else.
We could have done it for Goofy movie. Yeah, Leaning Tower Cheese.
I mean, we haven't done Goofy movie, so...
We haven't?
No.
We talked about it so much.
I don't know why you think
that. Do we really not?
We have not done Goofy movie.
Guys, get ready for our Goofy movie episode. I can't believe we haven't done it.
Well, you've only watched it like once, haven't you?
No, I've seen it multiple times.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thought you saw.
You thought you were exposing me to a Goofy movie?
Yeah.
Ahoo-wee. That's Goofy.
Okay. I mean, I knew you'd seen Goof Troop. I didn't know you were aware of Goofy movie because you didn't seem to care when I would listen to Eye to Eye.
Yeah.
You just acted like you never heard of it before. Okay. I see how it is. Somebody doesn't like Powerline in this house, and it ain't me.
Come around.
Oh, man.
Anyway, Christopher Lloyd selling Easy Cheese.
Selling Easy Cheese.
Yeah.
And they have this moment where they lock eyes.
They're so weird. They just have a connection.
They do.
Straight away.
It's weird.
He's winking at Mud.
Yeah.
He's trying to... I don't know what he's trying to get him to do.
I don't either. And Mud's dad's like, come on, we gotta go.
Yeah. And Christopher's like, sorry, I tried to keep you at the Easy Cheese. This is where you belong.
At the Easy Cheese booth. I don't know. It's weird.
That's so weird.
So anyway, the kids all get together. The four kids.
They do the laying down with their heads all together in a star pattern that we all did.
I've never done that in my entire life, but sure. So they do that. And they're like, man, wouldn't it be great if we could just spend the summer together, but we have to go to these stupid camps.
Mm-hmm. There was one camp.
Mm-hmm, that we could all go to together. And then they go, oh, let's start our own camp.
Yeah. This will be easy.
Yeah.
Surprisingly,
it is. It is so easy for some reason. Okay. So they're looking through a yearbook.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of Christopher Lloyd in there because he was their teacher. He was a French teacher, I think.
Was he? I thought he was like a drama teacher. Yeah.
Maybe.
Because he does a lot of acting in this.
He does. He really shines.
Yes, he does. Christopher Lloyd shines. That's Flurb.
Flurb! I did not write Flurb in this, but yeah. So they're going to start their own camp, but they're going to need an adult to help them do this.
Yeah.
So they're like, let's go to this guy, because he was
easy
fired.
cheese guy.
He was fired as a teacher. Don't know why.
Can't be anything wrong with that.
But he got fired and he moved away, and Mud is like, I don't think he moved away.
Yeah.
I think I saw him at the cheese stand.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, let's go find him. So they show up at his house.
Yeah, they have his location somehow.
How did they get his address?
He's out in the middle of nowhere in an RV.
They're not the only one who has a dress.
Yeah, everybody's finding this guy.
The other person, I can understand where they would have gotten his address. Where that guy would have gotten it, because he's like, not a bounty hunter, but
he's a debt collector.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, kind of like a repo man, but
yeah,
just going for money. I guess he's there to repo the car if he needs to.
I guess so. So they show up. He's like, come into my trailer, young child.
Yeah, it's real Dennis the Menace vibes.
Just Mud, though.
An apple.
An apple. And he's just sitting there eating beans, trying to get to a key at the bottom. Oh my gosh. We've got to watch that at some point, too. Oh, goodness. Anyway, so his name is Dennis Van Walker.
Oh, yes. They were talking about Dennis the Menace.
No.
I just want to make a point before we move on. Much like Zachary, I would like to address Dennis as Dennis Van Walker. Thank you. We can move along now.
No, that's Christopher Lloyd's character's name in this.
Yes.
Dennis Van Welker. So while Mud is talking to him inside of his trailer, inside of the Strange Man's trailer, who has been fired as a teacher, we don't know why, the debt collector shows up.
Yeah.
I don't remember what his name is, but they call him Bulldog.
Yeah.
But he's about to retire.
Yeah.
And he has a
perfect record.
He has a perfect record, so he's got to get this debt. He's got to collect this debt.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about his car, and I don't...
He bought a Gremlin, and he was supposed to make monthly payments of $100 or something like that for like 44 weeks or months, whatever, and he only paid like once. Okay. So, yeah, he's trying to get the debt from They're either going to repo the car, he needs the money.
Or get the money, okay. And this Gremlin, this car, is Caribbean yellow. Which they say several times. Every time they mention this car, it is a Caribbean yellow Gremlin. Yep. Not just yellow, Caribbean yellow. And every single time that they would do it, I would get Caribbean Queen stuck in my head.
Yep, we both would sing it.
So we'd be going, Caribbean yellow, every time.
The other kids were hiding out.
Yes.
And then they saw the guy pull up, and they were like, we should probably get in this car.
Let's get in this garage, because there's a scary man who just pulled up.
And let's push the car out of there.
Yes. Do they push the car out, or do they drive
I would imagine you'd hear the engine starting if you...
You would think so, but they drive up later.
They do. And it's like right as he's leaving, too. Right? Like if he just looked in his rear view.
Exactly. It's like, oh, there's that yellow gremlin right there. Yeah. Anyway. So he's like, you better give me my money. Yeah. Basically. Or he's acting like it's not him. He's acting like he's somebody else. Yeah. Because he's like, well, I'm looking for this guy, for Van Welker, and he needs to give me my money. You see him, let him know, here's my card. Yeah. But Mud has come out and is pretending to be this guy's son. Because he's pretending to be somebody else. He's got like fake teeth in. Yeah. And a southern accent. But his son comes out and has... not a southern accent. Right. Dad, they called from the factory or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. There's a core meltdown. Everybody's gonna die. You've gotta go. Anyway, so, they get rid of that guy. The kids show up in the Gremlin. Yeah. And he's like, I've got this guy's number. I can totally turn you in. You either come help us, or else... You need to help us. We'll pay you $1,000. Yeah, so he's like, I'm in. Okay. So they go to this... former hippie commune campground, basically. They rent a couple of cabins. They only say they want 2 cabins. Yeah. But they're renting the whole campground. Feels like, they rent quite a few. I mean, they use the whole campground. Yeah. But I guess they're only paying for one cabin. I don't know, maybe. But it's a cabin for the 2 girls and a cabin for the 2 boys. Right. And, but they need to have an adult there. So that's why he's there. And this old man's like, sure, sounds good.
Yeah, this works for me.
Yep. It is next to the Air Force Base, though. Yeah. And there's a 5:15 flyby every day.
And it causes an earthquake each time.
Earthquake, yeah. So he's like, oh yeah, that happens every day. Yeah. So
you get used to it.
Mm-hmm. So they're all planning how they're going to do this at Mud's house, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
And here comes Walter.
Oh, this kid.
How did he find out about it? Did Mud tell him, or did he just overhear something?
Man, I don't remember.
I can't remember how he finds out.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird. I don't remember. But anyway, he finds out somehow. And he's like, well, I want to come with you to your camp. And they're like, you can't. Sorry.
You
and he's
can't.
Like, well, then if I can't go, then you can't go.
Yeah, he's the worst character.
And then he's like, all right, but only...
There's a lot of blackmail in this movie.
It's like, okay, so they're like, okay, fine, whatever. Only you, Walter. And he's like, well... oh no, who knows? Who else did you tell? He told Betty something.
Told a lot of people.
Betty is the one who told a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Because Betty can't keep her mouth shut.
Yeah.
So now they have a whole group of kids. That
Betty is a very annoying character.
Yes.
He doesn't ever get redeemed, really.
Walter.
Yeah. They kind of deserve each other. He's like in love with her.
Yeah. He only told her because he wants her to go to the camp.
Yeah, because he heard.
Because he heard that at her last camp, she went skinny dipping.
Yeah. He's like, I need that in my life.
He's like, and I want to go skinny dipping with her. And that's the whole reason he invited her. Yeah. They also do get, like, permission from all of their parents. They go around to each of the parents, or he comes by.
Christopher Lloyd comes by in character.
In disguises every time. And basically manipulates all of them into letting their children go to these camps that he's made up. Yeah. And I guess they do that with all the other parents, too.
It seems like a lot of work.
That is a lot of work.
Somebody's going to catch on.
Yeah, you would think so. So everybody gets to go to the camp. And they get money from all these people, too. Yep. So they got a lot of money. Yeah, so they got just stacks of cash and a camp to themselves. Yep. Because they get there, they have a bus that drives them there. Where did this bus come from? Don't they show up in a bus?
They took the Greyhound, didn't they? A Greyhound bus?
Oh, maybe.
I think they just bought tickets on a Greyhound bus.
I thought they took a bus that, like, showed up there at the camp, but maybe not.
There was one that was, like, all stalled out, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was one there, because that's where
the hippies.
Mud stays. Yeah. That's, like, his own little private place, I guess.
Because, I guess they keep going back and forth. Maybe there's a bus stop right there.
I don't know.
It's best not to look into the logic of this.
Yeah. But they get there, and they immediately just start going crazy.
And Dennis is like, y'all have fun.
I'm
going to the cabin by the lake. I'll see you in 8 weeks.
Exactly.
Don't die.
Yeah. So these children, they, like, the first night, basically, they build a big campfire.
Well, they get a TV going first, because...
Oh, because they have to watch 90210.
Got to watch 90210, yeah.
Because if this one girl does not see Dylan, she's going to kill everyone. No. I have to see Dylan. Dylan Marsh is my number one. Yeah. Anyway, so they make a big fire. And they just they're like, okay, who was it first? Oh, Gabby is first. She throws in some, like, Slim Fast, basically. Yeah. Some diet drinks. Yeah. Then Trish throws in her Rodgers and Hammerstein. Yeah. Sheet music. Yeah. Okay.
Like, not a whole lot missed. Not a whole lot of money lost here.
Yeah, it's like, okay, no big deal. Yeah. Some Slim Fast, some sheet music. Not a big deal, exactly.
Whatever.
They're like, hey, you random child who has...
who we don't know.
An accent? Like an Australian accent for some reason? I don't know. That we've never seen before. Yeah. Throw in your cello. And he's like, sure.
And the case. Yep. Throws it right in there.
He throws in his cello. I'm like, somebody's parents are going to be...
I don't care if you get away with this. If you don't come up with that cello.
The cello, right.
You're going to get just the worst grounding.
And then he ends up with an electric guitar.
Yeah.
Where did he get that?
He bought it.
Buy it?
Yeah.
And several amps.
And
he's just he's thinking. And he's gonna go to camp. I'm assuming music camp. I don't really know because they don't go into that.
That would be my guess, yeah.
Or maybe the Broadway camp or something. I don't know, so he could play in the orchestra pit. Yeah. Anyway, you're gonna go to your camp, your summer camp, with cello in tow. And you're going to come back with an electric guitar and 5 amps?
Yeah, they're not going to be happy about that.
And you think your parents aren't going to notice?
Maybe he'll say he traded the cello for him. And when he demonstrates his amazing abilities on the guitar, they'll be like, you know what? We can get behind this.
No, his parents are going to go, we wanted you to be the next Yo-Yo Ma. And now, what have you done? Anyway, just throws a cello on the fire.
Anyway, bad idea.
Bad idea. So then later I'm gonna
It's fun. There's not a whole lot. It's a lot of kids being kids things.
Just eating whatever they want.
Yeah.
Partying. Swimming.
Yeah. Having a good
time. But they all want their money. Mud has been keeping the money so that they can use it through the summer.
Make sure they have food.
Exactly.
And
make sure
everything
they
need.
Yeah.
In case there's an emergency.
But they want the money now.
Yeah.
And they get the money.
And it's a spending spree.
And that's when they spend everything. That's when the kid gets the electric guitar and the amps.
It's blank check time.
Exactly. It is blank check all over again. There are delivery trucks just going out to the camp. And that's when we see the cop for the first time. The state trooper, he's out there. He's like, what's all this?
Why are there all these trucks going?
What's happening?
Why were they all coordinated in a line?
Why were they all coming the same day?
Yeah.
Same day delivery. I don't know.
And how did they order all this stuff?
I don't know.
There was no internet. Or they didn't have access to the internet.
Oh, man. So.
One kid had a Nerf sword, though, and that was cool. I loved my Nerf sword.
Okay.
They would have little things on it, and you'd like Nerf, and you'd stab at each other, and you'd try to poke their little things. The little things on the handle, and then if you poke the other ones all out, you'd win. It was fun. And then you just beat each other with the swords.
Nice. Oh man. So anyway, they're having a good time.
Having a good time.
Yep. And then it is they keep having to like write letters home.
Yeah.
He's like, you gotta sell this. You gotta make sure that they think that you're at fat camp or computer camp or Broadway camp or military camp. You gotta make sure that they think that you're there. So we gotta write home every week.
Yeah.
Make up stuff. It's like, okay, this week at computer camp we did this. This week, and he's like in charge of all this. Mud is in charge of all this.
He's coordinating it all.
He's good at coordinating.
He is. He's very good.
So then it's July 4th.
And
they're playing around with fireworks.
Yep,
as
of course.
you do as kids. And they're doing this thing where they're trying to like rocket off of a dock into the lake or whatever.
Yeah.
And he tries to rocket off.
He's got two
sparklers looking things.
Yeah, they're kind of like
Roman
fountains. And it taped onto his helmet.
Yes.
And he falls because he's a little baby boy.
Because he's baby boy, he need bottle. Why is this our thing? Oh man, we said it once and now I can't unthink it. So
and he burns himself. Yeah.
And they're like, oh my gosh, we're all going to get in trouble. Get Dennis.
Yeah. Dennis. This is very true to being a kid. Like, whenever I'd play either with Cameron or my friends, somebody would get hurt and be like, oh no, can we hide it?
Is there any way that we can get away with letting anyone know about this?
And then it's like, okay, well, I guess we got to tell somebody. Who should we tell?
Yeah, so you choose the least likely person to get you in trouble.
Yeah, or the closest.
Yes. So, of course, they get Dennis.
Yeah.
And Dennis takes him to a local doctor.
Yes.
And the doctor patches him up and everything. And the doctor is a lady.
It's a lady.
And so
who bears a striking resemblance
to Pee Wee Herman. I'm so sorry that I pointed it out.
Krista pointed this out, and I could not stop on seeing it. It was weird that she does.
She does. There's something about her that just made me think of Pee Wee Herman. Female Pee Wee Herman. Yeah.
Her name was Paula Rubens, so I guess that makes sense.
Stop it. That's not her name. Oh, goodness. So, anyway, yeah. Her name is Celeste in the movie, by the way.
Yeah.
I think they said it once.
Probably. And she's like, was he playing with fireworks? Because I got to report that if he was.
Exactly.
Like, no, we were cooking on the stove, and he burned his arm on the stove.
Exactly.
She's like, I don't believe you.
But I'm going to let you get away with it.
Yes.
And I need you to bring him back on Tuesday. And he's like, okay. And then later, like, as he's leaving, he's like, I'll be back on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. She's like, okay. He's like, I'll bring mud too. It's like, yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah. He's sweet on her.
Yeah, he likes her. Mm-hmm. She seems to like him okay too. So. Yeah. And he's pretending to be Mud's father, of course. Yeah. And he's a single dad. He's got like 2 jobs. But it's all lies. Also, at some point, Biff Tannen shows up.
Yeah.
The stormtrooper shows up.
Yep.
At the camp.
Yeah.
And
saying they got a lot of complaints.
Yes, of children being
hoodlums. Yeah.
Which, I mean, there literally is a child playing electric guitar in the morning with a bunch of amps.
I'm surprised there's people around. You know, I figured the lodges would be farther out. But I don't know. It's Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So, anyway, there have been complaints. Mm-hmm. And he talks to Dennis about it. But Dennis is not Dennis.
No. He's Flurm.
Flurm. He's Mr. Flurm.
Yep.
I don't know why he chose that, but sure.
I gotta talk to Mud about this or Morse.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna go inside and talk to him. Mm-hmm. All the kids are inside. Yeah. He's gonna find out.
So they hide.
They're
like
in the rafters.
Hiding in the rafters. How do they even get up there?
I don't know.
At one point, one of them is eating a donut, and it falls directly into Mud's hand. Yeah. And he starts eating it. Yeah. He's like, no, I've had this donut the whole time.
This is mine. When kid coughs.
Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd has to cough.
Yeah.
These kids are making way too much noise.
They are.
They do the shh thing, which makes a ton of noise.
Why are they even in there? Just go outside. Hide
maybe there wasn't a back door. I think there was.
I think there was, too. Yeah. Anyway. Because there's the kitchen. They have a door.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
they're dumb kids.
They're dumb kids. So they do hoodwink this guy, basically. Mm-hmm. He doesn't think there's anything weird happening.
Yeah, because they start saying Christopher Lloyd has a disease. It was just like eczema. It's like, I don't want to catch it. And he's like, I don't want it. And he runs away.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, so then, gosh, what happens? I don't know exactly everything that happens.
Mm-hmm. Zachary at one point finds a car.
Oh, yeah,
just the remains of a car.
Yes.
In terrible shape.
I totally forgot about this car.
This was, they found it at the time when everybody demanded their money.
Yes.
Because he was like, hey, Mud, how much money we got? I can fix up this car. Yeah, and then everybody starts getting their money back.
Because they're like, you have all of our money, give us our money.
Yeah. So throughout the movie, he's rebuilding this car.
Yes.
Which I guess he does well. He's very good at it.
He is very good at it.
Running by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And it's in great condition.
Oh, yeah.
He's apparently repainted the whole thing, too. It's pretty impressive.
For, like, a 14-year-old. Yes.
Like, how much money did his parents send?
I don't know.
Like, because seriously, that would cost so much money to rebuild that whole car.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
So yeah, he's rebuilding the car. But then there's one day where, oh no, it is raining.
Oh no.
And everybody's like, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go home.
Like, really, guys?
It's raining.
Maybe you need a little break. Stay inside one day. Jeez.
So they decide to do...
If only they had their phones, they wouldn't even want to go outside.
They have Nintendos.
They do. They really should shut up.
Why are they not playing Nintendo?
I don't know.
So they decide that they're going to do, like, Mud Olympics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trish is out there in a bikini, as she always is.
There was a lot of getting her in a bikini.
Yeah, let's show her in revealing clothing.
Yeah. They made a lot of, like, suggestive jokes about, like Zach says something about wishing she had a skirt so he could see up it, basically. And she's wearing, like, crop top stuff. And I'll admit, as a kid, I didn't mind it.
Well, yeah. But as an adult,
I was also, like 12 or so.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But now it's just like, why are they doing this?
Why are they sexualizing these children?
Yeah, this is not necessary. And it doesn't get better.
No, which we already had, like, the whole thing with the skinny dipping.
Yeah.
Come on, and this kid just keeps on to.
Yeah.
Every time they're near the water, he's
a pest, for sure.
Oh, when are we going to go skinny dipping?
Yeah.
Betty?
He will not leave her alone,
please.
Yeah.
I don't even like Betty.
Yeah.
But leave her
she
alone.
She don't deserve that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they have their little mud Olympics. Then later they go off. They're trying to buy beer.
Yeah.
Zach is like, I've got it covered. I have a fake ID.
Yeah.
So he gives the guy the fake ID. And he's like...
One of my favorite jokes happened there.
He's like, you were born in...
1963.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. Is there a problem? He's like, how old do you think you are? He's like, 21, obviously. He's like, no, you would be 31 because it's 1992 or whatever.
94.
94. Sorry, I couldn't remember the year. Yeah. 21, obviously. Look, I did math last night. That was good enough. Yeah, 1994. Mm-hmm. And Trish is like, no, because obviously he's 21. Yeah. So that means that it is 1984.
Yeah. She's arguing about what year it is.
Instead of his age.
Instead of him saying the wrong age. I loved that joke. That was good.
Trish, what are you doing? Oh, gosh.
That was a quality joke.
So anyway, somebody comes over and sees the fake ID and is like, what are you doing with this? You can't be buying alcohol. He's like, well, this is actually my dad's ID. He's outside.
He's got a bad leg.
Yeah, he couldn't come in, so he sent me in here to get his beer, and this is his ID. The guy's not buying it, of course. And then he turns and he sees Dennis in there, and he's like, Dad, come over here. You were trying to... he wouldn't let me buy the beer for you. And it's like, okay, didn't you just say that your dad was outside?
Yeah.
Why is he in here?
Dennis is all for it.
Yeah, he pretends. He's fine.
So is he buying the beer for the kids? Or is he going to take it for himself?
I hope he took it for himself.
I didn't see the beer ever again.
No, the beer never shows up.
Yeah. Which surely Disney was like, yeah, we can't. I know we're not publishing under Disney, but guys, we can't have kids getting drunk on our movie.
So he buys the beer, and he leaves with them. As they're leaving, they're being followed by the state troop.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, we've got to lose this guy. Yeah. We're going to go into the car wash. We're going to get a clean getaway.
Ugh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Christopher Lloyd gets out and acts like he works there?
Yeah. Even though, and the guy's like, Flurm, what are you doing here?
It's so weird.
He's like, let me give your car a wash. And then he
it's on the house.
Gets his pants leg caught in the car door.
Oh, does he? I didn't see why he was moving along with them.
Yeah, he's got his leg his jean or pant leg is stuck in the door somehow. I don't remember him opening the door to get it stuck in there, but maybe
I think he might open it for a second and then he slammed it back on him.
I guess he did. Yeah. So anyway, he's stuck. He's going through this car wash.
He's like, I want to demonstrate the car wash and walk you through it.
So dumb.
We have our abrasive brushes here.
It's so dumb.
And this hot water.
But honestly, it was one of the better parts of the movie.
Christopher Lloyd being Christopher Lloyd.
Because it is, exactly. Yeah. So it was funny to watch him.
Yeah.
And of course, the guy is just in there like, what is happening? And that was the point where I was like, oh wait, they were in Back to the Future together.
Yeah. Antonio Banderas.
What's he doing here? He was literally in the first scene. Oh gosh. I didn't know Antonio Banderas was in this. Okay. So, in case you don't know, the Antonio Banderas thing.
Yeah.
We were watching, I know we've probably explained it, but we were watching Uncharted, and I wasn't paying attention at the beginning, obviously.
They were like talking about the villain, showed a big picture of Antonio Banderas.
I was looking at my phone because I was not that interested in it, and so I missed it. Yeah. So later, like maybe 20 minutes into the movie, Antonio Banderas shows up, and I'm like, I don't know Antonio Banderas was in this. And you're like, what? They already showed him at the beginning of the movie. So now anytime that I do something stupid like this, we just remember Antonio Banderas. Yeah. Which was really fun when we were watching Indiana Jones, The Battle of Destiny, because Antonio Banderas is in that. And I was like, I didn't know he was in that. So anytime he's in something now, gonna have to do it. Anyway, so yes, the car wash. He gets hot wax on him at the end. Yeah. And then he immediately gets in the car and drives off.
Yeah. He somehow gets, I guess, away from the cop and gets his leg out of the door.
His pant leg, if you look at it, it's torn.
Okay.
He tore himself out.
And, yeah, but he still got time. I guess the hot wax wasn't the finish.
I guess not.
I don't know.
You would think it would be, but I guess not, because he has time to get out there. There's also another car in front
I guess
of
it
him.
has to scrub in there and apply it. I don't know. Maybe rinse it. I don't know. I don't remember.
Anyway, but he goes...
I haven't washed my car in 20 years.
I mean, you joke. But I can tell you the last time I washed my car.
Yeah.
And it was years ago. I literally haven't washed my car since 2018.
Pandemic threw you off.
Because I can tell you, like, the exact month that probably almost down to the day when I last washed my car. It's a long time.
Yeah.
My car's a mess. Oh, gosh.
Anyway, they get away, kinda.
Yeah, they get away.
To me, movie. He takes Mud back to the doctor to get his arm checked out, and it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Then he invites her over for dinner.
Yeah, he does.
They're gonna have a dinner. Mud there and everything.
My next note on here is just nobody listens to Mud.
Yeah,
like, what is this? But he's trying
to get everybody's attention.
He's still trying to get everybody to. This is when he's trying to get everybody to write their letters, and he's like, okay, what can they be eating at the fat camp? Because one of the kids is like, oh, I wrote something about we're having pizza, and he's like, you can have pizza at fat camp. And so they're all like, you can't tell us what to do. So he says something, and then he's like, oh my god, I sound like my dad.
Yeah. Oh no, my dad.
So he runs off.
Yeah.
And then the Gabby comes after him. And they talk and everything. They have a little moment.
They have an agreement.
Yeah.
They'll date.
Other geek people.
Yeah.
Not us.
No. I know it sounded like I just asked you. But
no. I just meant like other, like former geeks. When we're older, we'll date. You know? Also, he calls her fat.
Yeah. That's like, he calls her lumpy.
Lumpy!
To be fair.
Lumpy!
And then he says the fat will go to her chest later. It'll be fine.
Lumpy is not better.
Pretty smooth operating here by Mud.
It was smooth operator.
It works.
It does, somehow. Also, Zach is still working on that car.
Yeah.
Trish keeps showing up. They end up kissing, don't they? Like, little peck kind of
He keeps saying, I'm probably going to drop out of school.
Yeah, I'm going to,
She's like, I might drop out of school, too.
He's like, I'm going to drop out of school, and I'm going to, like, drive in Mexico.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Mexico, because you can get your license at 16 in Mexico, in Tijuana.
At 14.
14 in Tijuana.
Because I'm like, you can get it at 16. You're going to say.
Listen, Zachary is not very smart.
You don't... he's smart, but it's okay for him to act dumb. What was the thing?
Yeah.
Say something.
No matter how smart I am, I can still act dumb.
Yeah, there you go. It's still like stupid. Anyway, so yeah, they have their little love thing going on. Their love thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. They have their little relationship going on, and now it's kind of like, oh, okay. Looks like Mud and Gabby are going to get together. So then Phoebe Herman shows up. Celeste shows up for her dinner. And they have this agreement. Mud and Dennis have this agreement that he's made lima beans.
Yeah.
Mud does not want lima beans. So he's like, I will pay you $1 per lima bean that you eat. So he's sitting there.
Didn't it turn to like $10?
Was it 10?
I feel like they negotiated, but I can't remember.
I don't know.
Either way, he eats like 70 lima beans.
Yeah, he's like 70 lima beans in.
He's keeping count.
He's like sitting there just going, 65, 66. He's like,
stop
eating the lima beans. Oh, man. But
they have a good talk.
They do.
He puts Mud to bed on the porch.
Oh, he also, like, Mud is, like, going over, he's doing something on the other side of the room. Yeah,
he was getting milk.
Okay.
Or ice cream, sorry.
Okay. And...
What is ice cream but milk?
There you go. But milk. What is... Oh, gosh, I was trying to think of but milk persisting. Persisting. So, he's over there getting ice cream, and Celeste and Dennis are talking. Ice cream, Lieutenant Dan. Anytime there's ice cream, you think of Lieutenant Dan. So, they're talking, and he says something about his dad. Dead. His dad is dead.
Or his grandfather. His grandfather's dead. Mud's grandfather, yes.
But Dennis's father.
Yeah.
And so... she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she's like, Mud, do you miss your grandpa or whatever? And he's like, yeah, but he's gonna take me fishing in the fall.
Yeah.
And she looks at Dennis and he's like, I haven't had the heart to tell him yet. Oh man. So yeah, he puts him to bed on the porch, which is like right next to the lake, basically.
Because he doesn't have his own room.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'd take him to his room.
Exactly, because he doesn't live there. Oh man. But yeah, it seems to go really well.
Mm-hmm. They talk outside for a while about he used to be a teacher. Mm-hmm. She says he should get back into it.
Yep.
So it seems like she's leaving the next morning. So it went really well. I don't know. It was weird. Or she's just driving by.
Maybe she's just driving by.
Yeah.
But
she just sees children everywhere, not being supervised.
Yes.
And she sees Mud.
And she's like, what is going on?
Excuse me.
What is happening here?
Mudalicious Jackson.
So, they've been caught. And she's like, I'm going to let you get away with it. She just lets him get away with everything.
Yeah. Like, you are watching them, right?
And he's like, don't worry. Nobody has gotten hurt except for Mud when he got burned. But everything else
I'm not going to let anything happen to these kids.
I love them.
These are my babies.
So, then they have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of the parents
are saying, screw it, we're coming down.
Are like, they had already told them, there's not going to be a Parents' Day. Mm-hmm. So, you're not going to be coming down at the end of the summer to see your kids doing stuff. So, the parents are like, but I want to see my kid.
Yeah, we're doing it. It was mainly the Broadway people, because they're like, oh, she's going to be in Annie, so we got to go see her.
Exactly. It was Trisha's parents.
Yeah.
So, they're like, well, crap, what are we going to do now? Mm-hmm. So, Mud is like, I have an idea, listen to me!
Here's my problem. Mm-hmm. They scheduled all of them at the same day.
On the same day.
Stagger that out, baby.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Such a kid plan.
Exactly. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You're done.
Those are days. Yes, exactly.
Those are days. You can even skip a day in there.
You know what? Throw in a Saturday.
I imagine that it probably was all on a Saturday, and maybe because...
Maybe it was the end of the summer. Maybe they were about to leave.
Well, it's probably because their parents have jobs. They might not be able to come out during the week, so they probably all have to schedule it all on Saturday or something.
Yeah,
I imagine. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. That's what's happening here.
Why not?
So yeah, they plan a Parents' Day, and they're gonna make the camp look like each one of the camps.
Yep.
And so that's the plan.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the bulldog debt collector guy has been like investigating. He's trying to find Venom Wilbur. He's
teamed up with the policeman.
He has, because they're trying to get to him. Mm-hmm. So that's also happening.
Yeah,
but we're not going to go too much into it.
Honestly, it's really not that important.
It's not. It's actually not. So, but just know that was happening in the background. So they get everything ready. Mm-hmm.
Start off with the army camp.
Yes, it is military camp time. Yeah. The only one that is there for military camp.
Yeah, is Zach. Yeah.
So his dad shows up. He immediately takes him out of the car.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you have to
They're playing war games is what he's saying, I think.
He's like, you gotta be in this hole. You gotta be in this trench for the whole, for an hour or two or whatever.
Yeah. They keep setting off, explosives around him.
Yes. The explosives being, the little poppers,
firecracker poppers,
that are just all lined up. Because you saw them, you could see them, they were working on getting everything set up.
Yeah. Home aloning him with sacks of flour.
Yes. Hitting sacks of flour with
I don't know what they hit. He hit it with a Nerf arrow, and it somehow broke the bag, which would never happen.
Not gonna happen.
Maybe it had a nail on it or something, but even that's not. It's gonna make a little at best.
Yeah, it's not gonna dump flour on him it does.
It's just not gonna do it.
So, we'll stay with the military dad, even though other things are happening. Because he does come back to him, one other time, and he brings him a liverwurst sandwich, because he knows his dad hates liverwurst. Yeah. But instead of just giving him the liverwurst sandwich, he also puts dirt in it. Yeah. The liverwurst wasn't enough?
Going the extra mile.
Okay.
Making sure he hates it completely.
Exactly.
And he was dragging that along the ground so much it probably had
dirt in it already. Because he's
Yeah. Belly crawling.
Belly crawling around.
Can't remember what that's called. Doesn't matter.
We're calling it belly crawling.
Belly crawling.
Yeah, so that happens. Then they're like, okay, it's time for the theater camp.
Mm-hmm. They said they did it the wrong time.
Yes.
They thought they were late, and they were doing Annie. They pre-recorded cheers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And oh wait, no, there was a before that was Streetcar Named Desire.
Yes.
And it was bad.
Yes.
But yeah. And then it was Annie. So they all come in on the wing of it.
Yes, because they're like, well, it's a full house, but we can get you in the wings here so that you can see.
Yeah, but it's not really a full house.
No.
They made Nixon dummies.
Yes. And they just sing, tomorrow, and that's it. Mm-hmm. That's the end of the show. And then they're like, oh my gosh, Mom and Dad, you came.
Yeah, he's like, I love the opening number. So good.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we know you're lying.
What a liar.
So they have scammed the theater, the theater parents now, and
successful.
Yes, and so they leave, and now it's time to do the fat count. Mm-hmm. And so they do the fat count. There's not really
not a whole lot. They make the parents work out.
Gabby's mother is there. She sees her in the kitchen, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you look so thin." Yeah, and it's like she basically looks the same as she was before.
She does. But okay, it's sad.
So yeah, there's not really much to the fat count. So then it's time for the computer camp.
Yeah,
and they wait till 5 o'clock to do this.
Yeah.
Which is important.
It is very important.
But
it doesn't feel like it took 15 minutes to show all this stuff.
No. So they show them the computer banks and everything, which they have hooked up to Nintendos.
Mm-hmm. And they're playing some kind of war game, yeah.
And they're making it look like they are about to
that they're hacking into the Air Force Base.
NORAD or whatever. And they're gonna send bombs or whatever.
And scramble the fighters.
So then, of course, it's 5:15. Mm-hmm. The fighter jets do their flyby.
Yeah. No, oh my gosh, they did it.
Yes. And then, also, that freaks out. That, connects with the military guy, too. He thinks that's part of the military.
Yeah.
Camp. And that's the end of the military.
Yeah, he leaves.
He gets to leave.
He gives his son a hug, which is a big deal for him.
Mm-hmm. And then
he's a real jerk and probably abusive.
Probably. And then he's like, all right, I'll see you later. He heads out. Mm-hmm. So there we go. It was a success.
Yeah.
Seems to be.
So far.
But then, before the computer people can leave, here comes the state trooper and the debt collector.
Yep.
They're here to get Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
The debt collector guy walks in with Morris's dad.
Mm-hmm.
And they have some kind of zany little thing that happens.
They keep falling into ropes and unleashing all the Annie stuff. And
there's a
dumb.
Big bear
that they put on skates for no reason.
And Morris's dad just rides it across the room until the other guy hits it with a bat or something. You could have literally hit the guy. But okay. It's not an actual bear.
No. It was weird. Yeah. And nothing in there really gave away the secret or anything. So I don't know.
No. And then, of course, they have one of the curtains falls down and it's the kids. They're all in there.
Yeah.
They have
celebrating.
They have different camp shirts on and stuff too. So I guess that kind of clues them in.
But then he's where's Dennis Van Zandt, whatever his name is? Van Buren. Van Wilder.
Whatever. I was like Van Pelton, but
Van Helton?
Van Pelt, isn't that Lucy Van Pelt?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I already deleted
Doesn't really matter.
From my notes, I don't care.
Dennis. The Menace.
Dennis. Yeah. So Mud goes to find Dennis. And he's like, they figured it out. Oh no, the deck is here.
Dennis takes off.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He
was there, but he runs down to his cabin.
And then one of the kids sells him out. It's he's got a cabin by the lake.
Yeah, it was that kid who thought that there was supposed to be pizza at that camp. So Mud goes after Dennis.
Yeah. Beats the police there.
Yeah, and I'm
he's hoofing it.
Yeah, and he's trying to get out of there. Yeah. Dennis is trying to go.
He's packing.
And I'm like, let him go.
Yeah.
He's the one who's going to get in trouble.
Yeah, he is. He could get in so much trouble over this.
And he even tells him, he's like, if I get in trouble, I go to jail.
Yeah.
You get grounded.
We are not the same.
Exactly. But then he sits down and talks to him, gives him like a little bit of advice or whatever before he leaves.
Sometimes life throws you to the stars. Sometimes it throws you in the mud. Bye.
But then he doesn't go anywhere. He goes over and he...
Well, he thinks he leaves. So he's like, well, I guess I'll go face music. Goes back.
Yeah.
Dennis is taking the rap for everything.
Yeah, he's turned himself in for...
He's like, my bad. He makes it a lot worse for himself. It's like, I brainwashed all these kids, basically. I made them think they should come here.
Yeah.
And that's where all the cults started.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so he's trying to take the blame for everything, and then the kids stand up and they're like, no, it was our idea.
Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
Yeah.
And yep. So they're like, well, I guess if it was the kid's idea, we don't have to arrest him or anything. Yeah. Everything's fine.
Like, sorry, we were bad parents.
Nobody gets in trouble.
Yeah.
Nobody gets in trouble.
Nobody gets in trouble.
Literally nobody gets in trouble.
Yeah. Even the kid kissing another girl in front of her dad.
So nobody gets in trouble.
Uh-huh.
Mud goes to talk to the debt collector, and he's like, well, I still need to collect this debt.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I've got this leftover money.
It's not quite as much as you need.
Yeah, it's not quite there, but he's like, I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
Now I can retire 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect record.
Yeah.
And he leaves.
I think he gets the gremlin, too.
Maybe.
Because it's hooked up to something.
Okay.
And they're leaving in a different car.
They are leaving in a different car because he pulls up. Dennis pulls up with Celeste.
With Pee-wee.
in the car that Zach
rebuilt. Yeah. He's going to give it back to him when he's old enough to drive.
Exactly. He's like, but for now, I'm out.
Yeah.
So then Zach and Trish start making out.
Yeah.
And I was like,
they start kissing hard.
Like, I don't want to watch this. This is gross.
Yeah. It's not like a peck. It's full on Frenching out.
Frenching. Big time.
Her dad comes up and sees them.
Yeah.
She's like, Daddy, I love this boy.
She's like,
can he have a ride home?
Get him a ride home.
And the dad's like, oh, okay.
Fine.
Like, no.
I mean, this dad is pretty oblivious anyway. He keeps calling her something else, like Sarah.
He doesn't really want to be the parent. He's like, I want to be on vacation for a long time.
Yeah.
And if she could be gone longer, that'd be great.
Yeah, exactly.
So, none of their parents are awesome.
No.
I mean, Mud's isn't bad. He's just a dork.
He's just a dork.
Just a super dork.
Yeah. Mud is standing there when Zach and Trish are leaving. And Trish goes up and kisses him on the cheek.
Okay.
And Gabby's like, excuse me? I thought we said that only former geeks are going to be the people we date.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, they end up kissing.
Yeah.
And they
go hard also.
Because I was like, why did they go so hard on the children kissing?
Yeah.
It's not something I want to see.
It's not.
It probably wasn't something I wanted to see when I was that age either.
Yeah, I don't want to see it now.
I mean, even when you're watching something with adults and they're like really going hard on the kissing, sometimes it's like,
okay,
I don't know, maybe I'm just
maybe you don't like kissing.
Maybe I just don't want to see other people kissing.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know, sometimes it doesn't bother me, but sometimes it's just like, you're going way too hard, and it's making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, when they're really going hard, it's tough to watch. It's like, I shouldn't be watching this.
It's like, I feel like this should be done in private.
You need your own time here. I'm gonna go.
I'm just gonna avert my eyes, thank you.
Sorry I'm here.
Oh, man.
Anyway, that's pretty much the end of the movie, right?
Well, there is the last scene.
Well, we gotta get one more uncomfortable thing in there that really does not need to be in this.
Because Betty and Walter are in the lake.
Swimming in the lake.
Well, Walter's in the lake. Betty swims up to him.
Mm-hmm.
She's
kind of crouched down to her shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Bare shoulders.
Yeah, bare shouldered.
And then she's like, Walter, I know that you wanted to do this.
Do some skinny dipping.
He's
you
like,
got
what?
the guts.
Exactly. And she tosses her bathing suit. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh yeah, this is happening.
Yeah.
So he takes off his bathing suit and he puts it on. He's got like a
puts it on his boogie board,
his boogie board in front of him. And she's like, okay.
Bye.
Grabs it and leaves. Yeah. And she's like, too bad you don't have a second bathing suit, because she walks out and she's wearing another swimsuit.
Yeah. So she got him.
She did. And I was like, you deserved it.
Yeah. But I still don't want naked kids in the lake.
No.
Stop.
No. Gross.
Please. Weird movie, man.
It is weird.
It is weird. The story overall I thought was fine.
Yeah.
It was very 90s kids movie.
It is very 90s kids.
Too many, it was too over-sexualized.
Yeah, definitely.
Did not like that part. So we could just go back, cut out Allison Mack, and and the weird stuff.
Cut out some of that weird, like, real tongue kissing real hard.
Yeah. Don't need that.
Don't need that.
Yeah.
Not with, like, 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. Well, Wilson woke up to alert us.
Yes.
That I've been recording on the wrong microphone this whole time.
Whoops.
I'm so sorry. We thought about re-recording, but didn't feel like it would be as good.
We've had to re-record one episode before.
That Harry Potter one?
The very first Harry Potter episode.
And that one wasn't my fault.
No, it was a corrupted file.
Yeah.
And I feel like it wasn't as good the second time.
Yeah.
It's usually not as funny. Mm-hmm. So, sorry. The audio is not going to be as good as it is right now on all of that.
Hopefully. Hopefully it's good.
Oh my gosh. So, sorry about that. If you skip it, you're probably not missing much.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, let's get to our snack.
Yeah, let's get to our snack.
At least you get to hear the snack.
You get to hear us chomping on things. Yum. Love to hear them eating.
So today's snack is very kids camp, throw stuff together kind of a thing.
Yes. We are trying the Sour Patch Kids Oreos. Mm-hmm. It is a limited edition kind of thing.
I like Oreos.
I do too.
I like Oreos. Sour Patch Kids.
I also like Sour Patch Kids.
Should maybe be good?
I don't know.
They don't have white Oreos.
Yeah, it's the vanilla.
Is that what they are? Vanilla?
Yeah. It's not the chocolate cookie.
Yeah.
So it's the vanilla cookie.
Yeah.
And it's actually Sour Patch Kids flavored cookie.
Okay.
Which you can, it smells. If you smell it smells like a
Sour Patchy.
And cream with colorful inclusions. I don't know what inclusions are, but...
We chopped up some Sour Kids.
Ooh.
And they're in the cookie.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know how well sour goes with cookies.
Yeah.
But we're going to find out.
We'll find out. Going whole cookie first.
Oh, biting it in half. I was going to say, it's not bad. It tastes kind of like Trix cereal or something like that.
Yeah, it does.
It's kind of fruity. But then I got something real sour in there.
You're very sensitive to sour, though.
I am very sensitive to sour.
Yeah.
We were eating Sweet Tarts rope last night, and I was just like,
yeah.
And you were just sitting there like, what is wrong with you? This isn't even sour. I'm like, no, it's so sour. So yeah.
I kind of like it. I like sour things. I like it reminds me of like those lemon cookies, sandwich cookies.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but just like different fruits. Mm-hmm. So
it's like a mix between those lemon sandwich cookies and like some kind of fruity cereal. Kind of.
Yeah. Trix is pretty
close.
Or Fruit Loops. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're not the worst thing I've eaten.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna eat many of them, but I don't hate them.
Yeah, I can dig it. Just the cream is kind of like a fruit tart. It's not bad.
I still think I would rather just have Oreos and Sour Patch Kids separately, but it's okay. I have Sour Patch Kids in my desk at work that have been there for a while. And I'm still eating them. Mm-hmm. Like, I think I've had them, I know I've had them since November at least, because they were in there when I got COVID. Mm. And then I didn't touch them for a long time because I was like, did Sour Patch Kids give me COVID? No, I'm kidding. I was just like, I hope I didn't get any COVID on these things because I know I was eating them like the night before I got diagnosed. So, or 2 nights before. I think it might be the cream I don't like.
Really?
I think that's where the sourness is.
A little bit in there, yeah. You're so not that sour.
I think it's those inclusions.
Yeah.
It's sour to me.
Yeah.
It's sour to me.
Maybe I just got 2 that weren't very sour and you got really sour ones somehow. So our ratings might be a little different on this.
Now, the cookie by itself,
I can get pretty good. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I do really like that. I'm not a big fan of the cream.
Mm-hmm. All right. You ready to rate it?
Oh, what am I going to rate this?
It's going to be high, obviously.
Obviously.
I'm going to give it like a 7.5. I thought it was good.
I'm going to give it like a 5.5.
That's not bad.
I mean, it's like
worse.
Average.
Yeah, so.
You're going to be taking most of those home with you, though.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I don't want those.
Please don't.
Please don't hoist these on me.
Down for that.
Okay, good.
All right. Sorry about the audio. What's your biggest complaint about the audio?
Oh, my gosh.
What do you think of Camp Nowhere? Where does it rank in camp movies? Let us know on Twitter at HavingFuncast or on Facebook at HavingFunPod.
Or you can send us an email to havingfunpod@gmail.com.
Go have fun and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.